for you to stay consistent, you're kind of working through stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. It feels a lot.
But picture what that person looks like. Picture what that person does. What type of habits do they have? What does the routine look like?
Think about your why. Like, make your why be bigger than you. Make it be about the people you love, the people you care. Make it just big.
Identify yourself as the Freeman 2.0 or the John 2.0 that you want to be.
If you feel like you've wanted to quit lately, this episode is the reset button. The truth that no one tells you.
And you simply do not need more motivation. You need a reason not to stop.
This episode is going to hold you accountable. So drop a like, share, or leave a comment.
Welcome back to the best flipping show on YouTube. I'm talking none other than the Unplug Podcast. Been a while.
Like it's been a while, man. Where's that energy been, bro?
I don't know. I just took I'm joking. I'm joking. But guys, we're back.
I hope so.
What are you shouting for? We're back. Episode 32, another banger, and this one is going to be a serious one,
It's
people.
going to be a serious one.
But JP, what are the people not doing, please? I need you to just take lead of this sermon today. I need you to take lead of this preaching that we need to do, because I've screamed it, I've typed it, I've shouted it, I've even shared it.
Mm-hmm.
But what are they not doing, please?
They're not liking.
What?
They're not sharing.
Tell them again.
They're not even leaving comments, bro.
How rude.
Very, very rude. I'm quite disappointed about that one still.
But guys, we're giving you guys consistently gem after gem after gem. And if you're so silly and you just popped us to us for the first time now on your screen, firstly, you're a muku. And the second thing now is, if you're joining, we're here all about to help you unplug from the matrix. And as I always say, live life on your own terms.
Love the energy. And I just want to say, guys, we are on the road to 500 subscribers.
Tell them again.
We had a meeting this morning. It was like, raw, 3, 6 something. But, you know, us always kind of pushing to go to the next level. So
Slowly.
road to 500, guys. Get liking, get sharing, but more importantly, get subscribing.
Let's go. So we've got something special for you guys. JP, what are we telling them?
So today's episode is about consistency. Now, we know it's very hard to stay consistent, very, very hard. But most people don't quit because they're lazy. They quit because they can't stay consistent. And we know in this game here, if you haven't got consistency, you haven't got anything.
The thing is, you show up, nothing changes. You try harder, nothing changes. You give it your all, and nothing changes. And then that voice just starts to creep into your mind saying, give up. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. How to get rid of that voice, how to get rid of that little creep in your head telling you should give up, and the reason why you need to be consistent and keep on doing what you need to do. So my people, if you're in your job, if you're working, and you want to get out of that rut, out of that matrix, and live like, it sounds like a broken record, but generally live life on your own terms, this is what we're going to unpack on today, on how to consistently stay consistent, right? So,
Bro, do you need me here right now? You can do this by yourself, bro. So I want to talk about what quitting really costs you. In my mind, quitting isn't just, I'm going to stop doing now. I feel like it kind of shifts your mind to be the type of person that when things get hard, you kind of just give up. But, you know, if you're not consistent, it doesn't allow you to build momentum. It doesn't allow you to get better. It doesn't allow you to build your confidence. It doesn't give you the time that is needed to develop those skills. So I see it, you know, it might not look like a big cost, but it really can be.
exactly. And every single time you stop, you're just losing progress, and you're effectively changing your identity. Rather than taking the failure and taking the hiccups along the way, you're losing a lot of yourself. And within that, like JP said, your momentum is killed, but most importantly, your dreams are delayed. So whilst you're busy at work, typing behind your desk, building someone else's dream, you could be building your own and actually taking, you know, life by the scruff of the neck, right? And actually creating something that you want to do.
So guys, before we give you the tools, the practical steps on how to implement what we're talking about, we're going to jump into the would you rather. So this segment is normally Freeman's baby, but I thought let's switch up a little bit. Like, let's bring something a bit different to the table. So for those of you watching for the first time, a would you rather is a hypothetical question. You get two options, and yeah, we just want to know your views on a particular situation.
Let's
Now,
go.
I know they've been quite money heavy,
Yeah.
very money heavy, but this is more tapping into your mentality.
Okay.
All right. So the question is, would you rather feel comfortable quitting now and, stopping like the heartache and the pain that you go through, that you have to go through before you get to the other side, or be proud that you push through?
Read again, sorry.
Would you rather feel comfortable quitting now? So before anyone quits, it's like it's unbearable and I can't take this no more. I just can't do this. It's taking over my life. So would you feel comfortable quitting that, or feel more proud that you actually pushed through?
That's what you want to answer then.
You say that. Maybe I need to like hype up the pain that you're going through. Do you almost feel like if this don't work, I need to go back to work next month?
But surely the feeling of pushing through is a lot better than quitting now, no?
Depends how much pain you're in.
I think pushing through, I think the reward and the relief that you'll feel after you push through will be significantly better. And I think quitting now is more like short-term, like consider it like short-term gratification as opposed to like a long-term win. So I think, pushing through and being able to say, cool, I've overcome all this adversity and I'm now actually been able to living proof these are the fruits of my labor and I'm here now. As opposed to like sort of like quitting now and not knowing how close you were. And that's also like another thing as well. I know I'm going a bit of a tangent, but like even when you quit, you literally, it's like you're digging in a diamond mine with no torch, no flashlight, no nothing. And you can just, flipping, I've had a long day. Let me just stop this dig now. But you could have been like millimeters away from gold.
Yeah, there's like a
from
picture.
diamond.
Yeah, you see the guy digging and he just stops. And the other guy just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, so I think as well, when you quit now, you don't know how close you are, right? But I suppose if like they say, if you never finish, you never stop, you never fail, right? So I think, definitely the pursuit of finally getting there and the feeling of I've achieved this, it's definitely going to be a lot more rewarding than quitting. What about you?
I think naturally you think, I definitely want to be, more proud of pushing through. But we both have been in a situation where, you're trying to be consistent, but it's hard. It's very, very difficult. It's painful. You're tired. You don't feel great, but you just got to keep going. It doesn't matter how you feel, you got to keep going. And some people have a breaking point where actually, you know what, I'd rather not feel like this anymore, to just live a comfortable life and just be okay. And there's the person who's like, nah, I've got to keep going. So like, I say that to say this, I would be like push through because I've managed to develop that mentality.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't have that mentality. The minute something gets hard, they stop. So
Why do you think that is?
Because I feel like this, the show Unplugged, they've been conditioned, bro. Like they feel like, there's only one way that things should be done. And with that mentality comes certain characteristics, like being scared to try stuff. If it fails, it's bad. You're meant to live your life this way. And that's all they know. And they haven't stepped out of that world to see, actually, there's a different world out here.
But if everyone's just a sort of hamster in this cogwheel, what is required for them to step out? Because that's not natural, right?
Yeah.
So
I feel, sorry to interrupt you, that you got to be so, like, excuse my French, pissed off with your life. Like, you've had enough. And this is just my opinion, I always feel like people only make significant changes where they feel like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. Like, it's almost like an epiphany moment.
But then what about for those, again, I'm just playing devil's advocate, not that he needs any, but again, like, I'm Gucci, I make 50 grand a year, I've got a wife and a kid, we go on 2 holidays a year. Nothing seems wrong.
Yeah. But just, again, if you're comfortable with your life, then you've kind of set the bar. You're all right with that. But I feel like everybody's got that internal voice that speaks to them, innit? Some people listen to it, some people don't.
Yeah.
And I just feel those who don't, they've just, it's fine. I'm cool. But if you can just tap into that inner voice that says, no, I'm better than my situation. And I think, you know, for me, life is about evolving and wanting to get better. And, you know, how many of us are actively working every day on ourselves to get better?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with you. I think what I was trying to sort of pry out of you was more so like, I think people that don't know, yes, they could be comfortable, I think, but also at the same time, what you don't know, you don't know. So I was going to say lead into more into circles and environments. Because if you're all around just 9 to 5 as guys who are just, you know, and gals who are just doing their thing, they clock in Monday, they clock out Friday, and you got the Saturday to just do whatever you want to do. If that's all you know, that's all you know. And I suppose if it's not broke, don't fix it type thing. But if you expose yourself to the life of being an entrepreneur, you know, building your own dream, creating something for yourself, then he's like, oh, okay, hold on. I can actually make the same amount of money I was doing working 40, 50 hours a week, working 4, 5 hours a week by selling a service or offering a product to people, right? So I definitely think if you're sitting there, I also think if you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh, like, you know, it's Gucci. Like I even saw a guy said that I'd make 6 figures a year and he's not happy. Right, I saw a guy like online, or like on the Gen Z club. He said he makes 6 figures a year. He's not happy, and he's never felt so much more joy than other when he's building his own dream. Like he's got like I think they're called the Gallery Creative, and basically it's quite a smart idea. Like shout out to him, but like he's basically created like a hub of professionals. So if you need a service in the area, like if you need a barber, you need a hairdresser, you need this, you need that. If you're providing a service, he's created like a hub of just basically like a
business directory.
A smarter a business directory, like a smarter Google Maps and Yelp and type thing all together, but like a new age kind of thing. And he said he makes 6 figures a year in his corporate job, but there's nothing more rewarding than when he's building his own dream. So I think, but you wouldn't think that if you're not exposed to that even being a possibility.
You wouldn't, but I almost feel like you have to get curious.
Yes.
Like you have to be like, hang on a minute. I've been doing this for the last 5 years. Surely I can do something else. You know, am I really happy? Because a lot of people, they're in the know about their feelings and are you really happy doing what you're doing? And if you're not, get curious and see what other stuff that you can do.
No.
So I just feel, you have to kind of get curious, man, and get to a stage where I just don't want to do this anymore. You know, like when the pain's so strong, it forces you to move, because if you don't feel like that, then nothing's going to change.
Of course. No, 100%. But yeah, guys, please let us know in the comments, like, what struggles do you have staying consistent, whether it be like your diet, your health, your work, your job, or you trying to build that business that's just sort of been in your notes page on your phone since like 2016. Like, let us know what are you struggling being consistent with, and let's see how we can work together and help you guys out. But as you guys know, we're always about some practical steps.
We are indeed.
So JP, give them the first one.
So practical step number 1 is shrink the target. I feel like a lot of people find it hard to stay consistent because when you now, you know, set something you want to do, it seems like a giant task. It seems big. It seems heavy. It feels almost overwhelming. So for you to stay consistent, you're kind of working through stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. It feels a lot. So my thing is, guys, break it down, you know, shrink it, make it small, and just focus on one piece at a time. One piece at a time. Oprah Winfrey once said, if you ever kind of, you know, find yourself going off, you know, on your journey or whatever, just what is the next right move? Don't think about move 3, 4, 5, 6. Think about what is move 1, and then what is move 2, and then what is move 3.
No, I like that. And naturally after that, we also want to focus over identity, over outcome. And I think there's an amazing book.
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits,
1% better every day.
Yeah. So amazing book from, I can't remember what his name again.
James Clear. James, if you're watching.
Yeah, sorry. Send me a free copy though. But yeah, amazing point that he has when it comes with your habits is about identity, right? And there's an amazing part in the book where he says, saying if you're trying to quit smoking, and if you were to offer me a cigarette, I would say, no, I don't want to smoke, right? But instead of saying that, oh, no, I don't want to smoke, or saying if you hand me like a flipping big fat Big Mac, it's like, no, I don't want to eat, I would identify as I'm not a smoker, right? Because identifying that as a smoker will not give you an opportunity next time to now try and offer me that, right? So similarly as well, when we're trying to be consistent, identify yourself as the Freeman 2.0 or as the John 2.0 that you want to be, right? As opposed to it being, I just want to get abs. I am an athlete. So naturally, as an athlete, what do you like correlate or identify an athlete as? Someone that eats healthy, that drinks healthy, has a good routine, etc., etc., etc. Not just someone that looks lean or has abs. So similarly as well, like work on your identity. Who is that person you want to be? Draw them out, like sketch them, like write notes, like what does Freeman 2.0 look like? Like I said, I've said it before, like that person doesn't exist. And because you're growing, you're naturally going to be growing pains, you're going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be an element of like it being difficult. You know, no one likes change naturally. But picture what that person looks like. Picture what that person does. What type of habits do they have? What does the routine look like? Right? So I think focusing on the identity as opposed to the outcome, you focus on who you want to be will naturally give you the results that you need, I think.
No, I like that. Cool. Step 3 for me is think about your why. I feel like whatever you're trying to achieve, it has to be bigger than you because the minute it's just about you, it's so easy to give up on yourself. But if you know that you're on a mission and you have I want to say an army of people relying on you to get them to the other side victorious. Like when the mission becomes bigger than you, then you can kind of push on. So think about your why. Like make your why be bigger than you. Make it be about the people you love, the people you care. Make it just big. And whenever you feel like giving up, think of your people. Think of those people who are relying on you to get them to the other side. Do you know what I mean? Like really, really. And it's not easy. It's not easy in terms of like, you know, no one's perfect.
100%.
No one's perfect, but we need to start implementing some of these structures into our life because it can make such a big difference.
No, definitely. But guys, nice and short and snappy. I really hope you appreciate this episode of All About Being Consistent, but this is the part of the show called Plug Bites. And if you're joining us for the first time, firstly, shame on you. And secondly, this is the part where we share either a quote, scripture, or just a thought or something we saw somewhere that would just like massively resonated with us, standardly, you know, in line with the topic or title of today's episode. So I'll set the pace. And my one says, you do not need to be perfect. You need to stay in the room. That's how growth finds you. And I really love that because it's very, very clear. Again, one, there's elements of failure, elements of the unknown, the elements of the change. And again, we like I always say, like no one rarely ever just hits that bullseye, right? There's going to be so many different iterations. There's going to be so many different versions of yourself, right? And you just need to focus on staying in the room, right? And then that's where the growth comes, right? You adapting, like again, like adapting and evolving to your surroundings, to your environment. And as you do so, the change will come naturally, right? You know, sometimes, you know, you might do things in life or you might have a business or you might have a nick or like a little party chick or whatever. And someone else like, how did you just like, I just learned how to do it. I just learned how to do it. But you didn't just like learn how to do it. Your environment and you continuously doing the same thing over and over again became like second nature, right? So you don't even realize the change that you're having. And that's why it's so important that we also look back. And that's why hindsight is beautiful. So just to see how far you've come, right? But I think that's why that verse really hits
that story. Cool. I'll go next. My one reads, you don't rise when life gets easy. You rise when you choose not to fold. Consistency is quiet. No applause, no spotlight. Just you showing up when nobody's watching. And yeah, that resonated with me because it's like a fighter going to, you know, a boxer preparing for a fight. Like he is behind closed doors. Like he's training, he's getting up early every day. He's just, no one sees him. No one sees him really like working on himself, getting up early, training 3-4 times a day, going on them runs. So it's almost like, yeah, I feel to stay consistent, you almost got to like step back. Step back from everything that's going on in front of you, all the noise, all the distractions, someone's trying to get you to go here, let's go and buy that, let's go and do this. Like just step away and just work on yourself. Like, work on yourself in quiet. Don't look for no applause. The applause always comes later on down the line. Like, a lot of us look at, like, we're working and we look up at the scoreboard. How many followers have we got? That shit don't matter, bro. Like, that will come later. Just keep putting in the work.
Literally.
Keep putting in the work. Keep putting in the work, man.
Oh, I like that, man. I like that. What an amazing segue to conclude today's episode. But guys, I really, really hope, as always, you appreciate that. I hope you appreciate our consistency to you guys.
We've been consistent.
We've been consistent. So hopefully you guys can return the favor and equally be consistent in yourself. And as opposed to building someone else's dream, make sure you're building your own dreams. So guys, please make sure you like, you share, you subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell his mistress.
Jeez. She needs to know too.
She needs to know too, most importantly, because she'll tell her friends. You know, word spreads. But as guys, as always, love, love, love.
Elevate.